The top stories for the hour: African defense ministers, senior military officers visit Ethiopian Air Force Base. And the American French Service Committee calls for collective actions to secure peace in the Horn of Africa. Greetings and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I'm Hikma Tamam with the news for the hour. Do stay with us. The former member of parliament and late commissioner of Ethiopian Cooperative Commission, Getachew Mellese, passed away today. Dr. Getachew was born from his father Meles and his mother Mayawish Chane in Amhara region, West Gojam zone on February 19, 1940. Getachew graduated BSc in Animal Science from Haramaya University and MSc in Tropical Animal Production in Leerstein University of Professional Education in Netherlands. He was a PhD holder from the University of International Business and Economics School of International Relations in Beijing, China. He worked for different positions from district level up to federal for about 30 years. From these 11 years, MP and chairperson of the Standing Committee at Federal Parliament. Recently, he served as commissioner of the Ethiopian Cooperative Commission. After receiving medical treatment in Ethiopia and abroad, the late Commissioner Getachew passed away on October 16, 2024, after receiving treatment for an illness. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed expressed sadness at the passing away of the former commissioner of the Ethiopian Cooperative Commission, Getachew Mellese. The Premier offered his heartfelt condolences to the family, colleagues, and friends of the late commissioner during this difficult time. Similarly, the House of People's Representative has extended condolences to the families of the deceased over the death of former commissioner of the Ethiopian Cooperative Commission, Getachew Mellese. Ministers of Defense hailing from various African countries have visited the Ethiopian Air Force in Bishoftu Town, Oromia region. Ethiopia's Minister of Defense, Aisha Mohammed, accompanied her counterparts from various African nations and other military officials during the tour. It is to be noted that the defense ministers are in Ethiopia for the inaugural Africa Defense Ministers Conference, which kicked off on Tuesday, 15 October 2024 at Adwa Victory Memorial Museum in Addis Ababa. The three-day conference is being held under an overarching theme, Africa United in Peace, Strong in Security. During their tour, the guests visited the flight school, airbase, simulator center, and other facilities located in the premises of the National Air Force Base.
Due to the role Ethiopia played in the liberation of different African countries.
The same artist, Nene Sanguinetti, designed the fauna of Africa.
Became a famous landmark venue for Pan-Africa and Africa Renaissance.
Of course, bringing in new technology.
Including 7 artworks. We have 7 different artworks.
One of the most important artworks of the continent.
The permanent exhibition has got 3 different compartments, 3 different themes.
It shall have some elements which are characteristic of this continent.
Different African countries will have the opportunity to display and to introduce themselves with other African countries and with the rest of the world.
We have a screen there which is allowing to broadcast meetings from New York.
The whole global representation and specifically the regional African representation.
It will be launched this month.
Welcome back. Moving on to other news, the American Friends Service Committee emphasized that collective actions are essential for ensuring peace and stability in the Horn of Africa, highlighting the importance of regional cooperation to address ongoing challenges. The organization also stressed that fostering enabling conditions for peace must be a top priority for the region's leaders. Goshu Melissa reports.
According to reports, the Horn of Africa region experiences persistent instability due to recurrent conflicts in the region. The American Friends Committee said that collective actions are crucial to ensure peace and stability in the region.
My suggestion to governments is always bring more people to the table. So AFSC is very strong on inclusivity and peace processes. And we've worked around the world with different actors in Sudan and Liberia, where they were navigating peace processes and realized that they left out critical groups, women, for instance. We say to governments, make sure that women are at the table, youth are at the table, the faith-based community is at the table, and that you work collectively for peaceful solutions.
The Associate General Secretary urged leaders to create enabling environment for peace at any cost.
We need to foster enabling conditions for peace, and that means inclusivity, people are involved. That means fair government, just and fair government, and that means economic opportunities, that groups are not, there's not horizontal inequality, that groups aren't marginalized, that everybody in the community has an opportunity to have a thriving livelihood.
Kerry stated that peace is the outcome of numerous efforts and emphasized that accountability must be established in the process of building peace.
You can't have peace with impunity, so there has to be accountability. Accountability can look different in many different contexts. AFSC is a big proponent of dialogue and working through dialogue and diplomacy to come up with common solutions. So we've been really involved in different transitional justice mechanisms where some might look like they're more punitive and some might look like it's a community dialogue. Whatever works for the culture and the country is the right solution, as long as there is dialogue across a country where there's conflict.
A 10-year joint regional strategy developed by the American Friends Service Committee and other partners are being discussed with stakeholders in Addis Ababa. This initiative set to launch on Thursday aims to promote sustainable peace and stability across the Horn of Africa.
Experts from different parts of Africa gathered to develop a framework for One Health system called Policymakers to support the framework. A consultative meeting organized by IGAD, which participated countries from East, Central and South Africa, held in Addis Ababa. Approached by EBC, health experts applauded the need for implementing One Health system in Africa. Johannes Fentahun has the following account.
Health experts gathered from different African countries urges the need for implementing One Health framework in the continent. Representing regions like East, Central and South Africa, health sector experts have participated in the development of One Health framework in Addis Ababa. Approached by ABC World, participants expressed the importance of One Health framework.
60 to 70% of the emerging disease, it came from animals. We call them zoonotic disease. Those are shared diseases between human and animal, and also environment, like wildlife and others. So if we want to prevent and also detect any upcoming outbreak, we need to work together to enhance the collaboration and the working relationship.
What we want is to develop a regional framework for One Health approach, which will actually allow us now to work on the issues related to zoonotic diseases as regional. As you understand that most of these diseases now which are coming up, like Mpox, Ebola, Marburg, are human and animal in nature. So what we want is to collaborate effort between these countries, between the health sector and animal sector, so that we can approach together. And the main output is to come up with a framework of the implementation of this activity, but also we want to do the SWOT analysis. That means we need to see what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are the opportunities on implementing this One Health approach.
Speaking on the urgent need for support from the policymakers, they added the following.
I think this is now the most important one. So we get the problem, the challenges, and we package them, and then we will arrange for an advocacy with a high policymaker.
According to the experts, Africa's disease prevention capacity is increasing in the post-COVID.
Currently, in the region, we have already conducted Ethiopia, Kenya, Zambia, and Malawi is also in preparedness, Rwanda. There. So most of these countries now are ready. And this is the second assessment. Most of the country had the first assessment around 2017, 2018. Yeah, so still countries are struggling. Yeah, there are areas where they improved, but a lot of efforts need to be done.
Well, that's it for now, but before I go, a recap of the top stories once again. African Defense Minister, senior military officers visit Ethiopian Air Force Base. American French Service Committee calls for collective actions to secure peace in the Horn of Africa. Well, that's it for now. You have been watching EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I was Hikma Tamam with the news for the hour. Do stay tuned in for more programs of EBC World. Goodbye.